Hi there, Perfecto the Castro here and welcome to my channel. I hope you're having a great day. This is the newly released REVV D25 Joey Landreth edition. In this video, we're going to check out the tweaks that Joey requested for his edition of the D25. Then I'm going to run some pedals into it, use it in a track, and find out if this is the ultimate pedal platform to guitar combo. Let's go. Joey Landreth is Canada's premier slide guitar player and longtime friend of REVV amps. It's been a long time coming, but they finally got together and collaborated on this wonderful tube amp. Now, the D25 is by no means a new release, but the tweaks applied to this edition adds a very Landreth touch to this platform. So what is kept the same? It is still an all-tube guitar combo amplifier that is switchable between 25 and 5 watt power ratings. It still has integrated 2-nose technology for virtual cabs and IR loading. The controls remain the same: gain, 3-band EQ, master volume, reverb control, and a gain boost switch. Now, speaking of switches, that's the first of the differences between the regular D25 and the Joey Landreth edition. The Landreth Edition D25 uses toggle switches instead of push-button ones. That way you can see at a first glance where your settings are. Joey also collaborated on the amp's voicing, smoothing out the high end and giving it a more cushiony bass. Aside from the tweak in the voicing, the speaker choice of a Celestron Creamback G12H75 gives the amp its more cushiony, chewy character. And finally, the pilot light is in Joey's favorite teal color, which he also uses in the amps that he builds personally. And of course, I have to mention this classic gold Tolex, which makes the Joey Landreth edition a very handsome amp. Big thanks to Rev for sending me my very own Joey Landreth edition D25 to use here in my studio and to show off to all you guys. This amp is now available from your favorite REVV dealer, so pick one up for yourself using my affiliate links in the video description. Thank you so much for your extra support. Okay, as promised, here is a jam track inspired by the Joey Landreth edition D25. I ran different guitars and pedals into the Landreth D25 so you get a good sense of how the amp performs, not only as a pedal platform, but also as a recording amp as well. Enjoy. Okay, now let's take a closer look at the guitar parts for that track. For the next few minutes, you will hear the Joey Landreth Edition D25, both mic'd up with an E906, as well as running the 2 notes XLR out straight into my DAW. That way you also get to hear that Celestron Creamback G12H75. For the first guitar part, I used my 1971 Fender Telecaster Deluxe tuned to open G. For the first half of the tune, you pretty much hear this guitar straight into the Landreth D25. The amp controls are also set fairly conservatively, pretty much straight up at noon. I did bump up the gain to around 1 o'clock and engage the gain boost just to get it to break up. Now I'm going to switch the gain boost off just so that you can hear the difference. I'm going to kick the gain boost back on. Now when it came to this guitar solo part, I kicked in a REVV tilt boost just to give it a little more oomph. Okay, change guitars. Okay, let me quickly walk you through my pedal board setup right here. So this is my hybrid pedal board build from last year. I have a video here on my channel chronicling it. However, for this video, I did swap out one pedal and I installed my signature distortion, the Bad 94. This way I have a bunch of dirt pedal options to run into the Joey Landreth D25. So the big rhythm guitar parts are played on this Anderson Wolfhound. And I used my signature distortion, the Bad 94 for it. And here's how that sounds. Okay, so I like that a lot. Even though the D25 is pretty much a fairly clean combo, it roars when you stick a nice sounding distortion pedal right in front of it. Okay, next guitar part. As already mentioned, Joey Landreth is Canada's premier slide guitar player. So I wanted to play just a little bit of slide on the track to drive that point home. The only problem is I'm not really a slide guitar player, so yeah. But to help my cause, I used my 1963 Les Paul Custom because, you know, SGs are made to play slide on. And for the pedals, I used my MXR Hybrid Fuzz. I turned on the tilt boost again. And on the HX Stomp XL, I set my delay to a quick slapback. So let's set that up. So delay first. Then I just hit the tap tempo really quickly. That's slapbacky enough. Oh, by the way, I have my hybrid pedal board hooked up for cable method to the Joey Landreth D25. So my delays are in the buffered effects loop, while all my dirt pedals are run into the front of the amp. Okay, hybrid fuzz on. Now to get the hybrid fuzz to cut through the mix, in comes the tilt boost, which is positioned after the fuzz. Okay, again, I'm not a slide player. That's all you're gonna get. However, without the slide, this is also one of my favorite, usable fuzz tones. Next guitar part. Now for my main guitar solo, I used this prototype of my upcoming signature guitar from Crafter Guitars of Korea. Okay, so I'm gonna hip you to a trick using the HX Stomp XL in 4-cable method. And this is a way to approximate a rev generator type tone on the D25. So in this preset, I assigned one of the blocks to line 6's version of a rev generator red channel. Then I set up one of those switches to swap that generator block with the HX Stomp XL's effects loop block. So basically I am swapping the D25's clean preamp with the HX Stomp XL's dirty rev amp model, essentially turning this into a multi-channel amp rig. Okay, let me show you. Here is the D25 preamp. And then the line 6 generator. So now I have that Line 6 amp model running straight into the D25's power amp. Now to complete that solo tone, I also engaged my delay. And boosted the front end with a tilt boost. Okay, so running the Joey Landreth Edition D25 through its paces, playing different guitars, different pedals into it, pulling different tones. Yeah, it might very well be the ultimate pedal platform all-tube guitar combo available right now. All knobs at noon already yields a very usable tone. That way you have a lot of wiggle room to fine-tune your amp or your tones to the guitar or the room that you're playing in. And even when used with a fairly push tone, it still takes boost and fuzz and distortion pedals quite nicely. The buffered effects loop also works as advertised, providing a nice clean translation of my modulation and time-based effects coming from the HX Stomp XL. Now the clean effects loop is also essential in a 4-cable method hybrid setup like mine. That way I can run my amp models straight into the D25's power amp. Now while the onboard 2 notes virtual cab and IR loading technology is very handy for the giggy musician, letting you plug straight to front of house using the XLR out, I have been enjoying this Joey Landreth D25 here in my studio, playing it through its creamback speaker. In fact, my good friend Makoy Portado visited me recently, and here is his reaction to hearing the Joey Landreth D25 for the first time, live in the room. Okay, there you have it. That is the Joey Landreth Edition D25 from REVV Amplification. Again, big thanks to REVV Amps for sending me this D25 and for giving me free rein in presenting the amp to all you guys. And again, this amp is now available worldwide, so grab yours today using my affiliate links in the video description. Thank you so much. YouTube thinks you're gonna like this next video, so click on it to watch, then go grab your guitar and play something. You all know the drill. Practice makes perfecto. Cheers, guys.